ENS191 Engineering Economy Module 5 Annuities. Welcome to the fifth module of this course. So for this fifth lesson, we will be discussing what is an annuity, what are the types of annuity and their applications. And by the end of this module, you should be able to understand annuities and its types and also solve problems under those different types of annuities. So, by definition, an annuity is a series of equal payments occurring at equal period of time. So, in simple terms, kumbaga parang installment siya. So, the symbols involved in annuity problems are, first is the P, or the value of value or sum of money at the present, which is the present worth, the future worth. Now the new term here is the letter A. It is a series of periodic or equal amount of money. So yung binabayaran mo equally at a series of periodic time. So kumbaga yung installment na binabayaran mo every month or every year. And of course, the number of interest periods, and I is for the interest per interest period. So there are four types of annuities. First is the ordinary annuity. Second is deferred annuity, annuity due, and perpetuity. So we will be discussing this with illustrative samples as we move on with this module. Okay, so ordinary annuity. So as its name suggests, it is the most common annuity. So it is an annuity where the payments are made at the end of each period. So at the end of each period. So you have a diagram here. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 is the starting for the, so this is the year 1. Itong scope na to. So 0 is the starting for the year 1 and 1 is the end of year 1. So this is where your payments is located. So at the end of each year. So that is ordinary annuity. So in solving ordinary annuities, there are four cases involved. So finding P where A is given, so the present worth, finding the present worth if the equal payments A are given, finding F when A is given, finding A when P is given, so this is the reverse of the first case, and finding A when F is given. So these are the corresponding formulas, but you can memorize only these two, so that if you are finding F, if you are finding A given F, you can reverse the formula and it will be this equation. So for the first case, there is a this is the standard equation, but you can also use this equation and invert the equation, so that that suggests that this first case is also equal to A multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n over I. So babaliktarin lang yung equation. So only these two para mas madali yung ma-memorize or hindi ka mahirap mag-memorize. So babaliktarin lang yung equation. So let's have some examples under ordinary annuity. Okay, so problem number 1. What are the present worth and the accumulated amount, so this is P and F, of a 10-year annuity paying 10,000 at the end of each year with interest 15% compounded annually? So we'll first draw our diagram. 1, 2, 10. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. So at the end of each year, meron siyang payment na 10,000. So this is 10K. 10K. Okay, so first is ano daw yung present worth nung amount. So dito, this is P. And ano yung future worth. So for the finding P, yung first case is finding P given yung A. So you can use the notation P given A, merong 15% interest and 10 years period. So this is how you simplify yung problem. So finding P, this is the unknown, given yung A, yung I, and yung N. So this is P, A, I, N. Okay. So P is equals to A. So you write the formula. $10 years. So this is 10,000, and yung ito yung abbreviation ng formula natin. So this is 1 minus 1.15 to the power of -10 over 0.15. So that is 15%. And this is equals to 50,188. So this is the present worth nung 10,000 na payment. So for example, if I want to receive 10K every month for 10 years, I will deposit today a 50,100 pesos para makareceive ako ng 10K every year. So yung second case naman, finding F given A. So finding F given A, I equals 15% and N equals 10. So dalawang case siya, no? So F is equals to 10,000, and yung formula natin is 1.15 or 1 plus I to the power of N. This is 10 over minus 1 over 0.15. So the future amount or yung accumulated amount nung 10,000, so is equals to 203,037 pesos. So in this case, if I were to deposit 10,000 pesos every year for 10 years, pagdating nung 10 years, yung amount na yun is magiging 203,000 100,037 pesos. So if we were to manually compute this is only amounts to 10 times 10 is 100,000. So due to the interest, magiging 203,000 siya. So if you were saving your money, so magiging 200,000 siya at the end of 10 years. Okay, so second problem. A civil engineer wishes to set up a special fund by making a uniform semi-annual end-of-period deposits for 20 years. So for 20 years, magde-deposit siya ng uniform amount twice a year. So that is semi-annual. So for 20 years. So the fund is to provide. So he will set this special fund for him to receive 100,000 pesos at the end of each of the last 5 years. So for the last 5 years, so meaning yung 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th, and 20th year, doon sa 20-year period, makaka-receive siya ng 100,000 pesos for that 5 years. So if the interest is 8% compounded semi-annually, what is the result? What is the required semi-annual deposit to be made? So first we will be making our diagram. So for the 0, 1, 2, so mahaba-haba siya. So this means na the n here is 20 years times 2 equals 40. So 40 periods. So since twice a year siya magbibigay, so meron tayong 20 period. So this is 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 38, 39, 40. So for these 40 periods, at the end of each period, magbibigay siya ng magde-deposit siya ng equal amounts. So 1 here is the mid-year and 2 here is the first year. So this is by period, 40 period. So A. So this is the equal amounts na i-deposit niya for his special fund. So yung last 5 years here, this is 15, 32 is the 16th year, 34, 17, 36, 18, 38, 19, and 40 years. So 20 years, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years. So makaka-receive daw siya ng, so ibaba na lang natin para hindi crowded yung diagram natin. 100,000 for the last 5 years. So this is years. Okay, so we'll first so for this problem, we will use the 20-year period as our focal date or yung equation of value. So yung A natin is, so given A, finding yung F natin. So this will be FAIN, and yung dito naman yung mga 100,000. So So that is finding the accumulated amount or future amount given the I and yung N natin. Okay, so since this is a semi-annual or 2 periods in 1 year, so yung given natin na interest is 8% compounded semi-annually. So for the deposits, I is equals to 8% over 2 since this is a semi-annual, so magiging 4%. So for the withdrawals, I is equals to 1 plus 0.08 over 2 to the power of 2 minus 1. So the effective rate would be 0.0816 or 8.16%. So using the 20 years as our focal date, so the equation will be A times FA 4% yung I natin for 40 period. So this is for this side, and sa dito naman na side magiging 100,000. Finding F given yung A natin which is 100,000 using 8.6 per 16% for 5 years. Okay, so 100,000 A multiplied by 1 plus 0.04 to the power of 40 minus 1 over 0.04. So this is 100,000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.0816 to the power of 5 minus 1 over 0.0816. So A will be, or the equal amounts that the civil engineer would deposit for a special fund is 6,193.39 pesos. So magamit natin yung equation of value at the same time. So if he will deposit 6,193 twice a year for 20 years, so that is 40 periods, he will receive 100,000 pesos for the last 5 years for each year. So that is how you solve ordinary annuity. Next is deferred annuity. So this is annuity where the first payment is made several periods after the beginning of the annuity. So we will draw a diagram here. Okay, so the M periods are the years na yung delay or yung deferred na years before you start the first payment. So the end periods are the periods na nagbabayad ka na. Okay? So this is a simply combination of ordinary annuity and yung compound compound interest. So for the end periods, if we will find the present worth, so we will have yung A here. So say meron kang, this is where nag-start yung funds. This is A, and A. So under end periods, this is a ordinary annuity. So finding a P given A, I, and D end periods, and pag meron ka ng value dito, i-move mo naman siya hanggang doon sa 0 of the M period. So this is simply multiplying the previous equation with, so this is A, so yung PA, IN, and i-move mo na naman siya for M period. So this is yung ordinary interest or yung compound interest na finding P given F, I for M period. So this is the equation niya. So P equals A multiplied by 1 minus 1 plus I to the negative n over I. So this is ordinary annuity, and this part here is the compound interest for M periods. So this is simply the future worth, and this is the formula for finding the present worth given the future worth of a compound interest. So combination lang siya. So kung hindi mo tandaan yung problem ay yung equation, you can always go back to the basics of ordinary annuity and compound interest. So let's have some examples. Okay, so on the day his grandson was born, a man deposited to a trust company a sufficient amount of money so that the boy could receive 5 annual payments of 10,000 pesos each for his college tuition fees starting with his 18th birthday. Interest rate of 12% per annum or per year was to be paid on all amounts on deposit. There was also a provision that the grandson could select to withdraw no annual payments and receive a single lump sum amount on his 25th birthday. So the grandson chose this option. So Mandaw, so the grandfather here deposited a unknown amount of money so that the moment his grandson was born, para at his 18th birthday and 5 years after, from his 18th birthday, 5 years, so 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd birthday, meron siyang 5 annual payments of 10,000 pesos each year for his college fees. So there is also an option where the grandson will not withdraw the 10,000 for the 5 years during his college years and instead receive the single lump amount on his 25th birthday. So sa 25th birthday na niya kukunin yung equivalent amount ng dineposit ng grandfather niya. So that is the option na pinili ng grandson. So the question here is, how much did the boy receive as the single payment. So, ano yung amount na yun? And how much did the grandfather deposit? So, first we will draw the diagram. So, 0, 1. So, since mahaba-haba siya, so shortcut na lang natin. This is 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So this is the timeline for the 25 years. So the grandson was born at the year 0. So this is where the grandfather will deposit an amount P. Okay, so yan yung magiging. So this is P, the deposit niya. So we will deposit amount P so that his grandson will receive 10,000 from his 18th to 22 years, which is 5 years. So this is 10K, 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 and 10K. So the grandson chose to receive the amount at his 25th birthday. So what is the amount here? That is F. Okay, now, so in finding F, so we'll use the deferred annuity, but pabaliktad siya. So papunta siya sa future amount. So for these 5 years, this is finding future amount multiplied by n, and then for the 3 years, mag-multiply ulit tayo ng 1 plus I to the power of m periods. So multiply natin. So F is equals to A times I to the n times, so this is the future amount. So F yes, P I M. So the future amount will be 10,000 multiplied by 1 point, this is 12% per annum, 1.12, or 1 plus 0.12 to the power of 5 minus 1 over 0.12 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12 to the power of 3. So the amount na marireceive ng grandson on his 25th birthday will be 89,250 pesos. So ito yung marireceive niya after 25 years nung P. So next question is, ano yung P natin? So in finding P, meron tayong dalawang option. So you can use this equation again, but pabaliktad. So parang deferred annuity na siya. So from here, papuntang 17, gagamit tayo ng P given A, I times N, tas from 17 to P, so M equals 17, N equals 5. So this is, mag-multiply tayo ulit ng 1 plus I to the power of negative M. So i-multiply natin dito sa future amount, magiging future amount dito. So or, we will simply move the F here for 25 years back to P. So this is simply the compound interest na formula. So finding present worth is equals to F multiplied by 1 plus I to the power of negative n. So future worth is 89,250 multiplied by 1 plus 0.12% for 25 years. So P, or the amount na dineposit ng grandfather, is 5,250 pesos only. So yung 5,250 naging 89,250 after 5 years. So that is how you compute interest involving deferred annuity, or merong years na spacing, or years na gap.